and dive right into our next topic. And this is about how can large industrial organizations turn complexity into clarity. And in this session, thyssenkrupp shares how they transform legacy structures into agile and data-driven processes. That means in the next couple of minutes, we will explore how digitalization can connect systems, streamline processes, and also create a solid base for more intelligent and also transparent decisions. Before you have the chance to ask questions again via Slido, again, thank you so much for participating and send questions. That's really cool. I would like to introduce our speakers and then they will have a keynote. So first of all, we welcome Dr. Tobias Hegmanns. He's Chief Operating Officer at thyssenkrupp Materials Germany, and there he is responsible for warehouse and production operations, supply chain management and transport. He plays a key role in driving the digital transformation of logistics and implementing data-driven processes. And together with him, we have Dr. Oliver Tietze, and he's a very experienced executive and entrepreneur with a strong track record of transforming industrial and service-driven companies. As managing partner at Development, he advances the digitalization of supply chains through scalable software solutions. And hopefully they are here. Welcome, Tobias and Oliver. Here they are. Welcome, and I'm handing over to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Wir müssen in Kontakt bleiben, wenn ihr in Hamburg seid. Stefan Schindler, Shiftix.
Tobias Hegmanns from thyssenkrupp Services, and I'm here today with our partner
Oliver Tietze, managing partner of Development, a software company, also Lobster partner, and happy to be here with you today to share our joint project.
Exactly, and in the next 30 minutes we will walk you through our solution, how we digitalized last mile transport at thyssenkrupp Materials. We will also give you a little insight how all of this is embedded in our approach to becoming a more data-driven company, and we will share some insights and learning that we made along the way. So what are we doing in our respective business? thyssenkrupp Materials Services is a material wholesaler and distribution company. So we source and procure materials, some from our own thyssenkrupp steel mill in Duisburg, but the major part of it, we procure it from European, Asian and worldwide suppliers, and we then distribute these materials over a logistics structure of central warehouses, regional warehouses and cross-docks to our customers. These customers are mainly smaller and medium-sized enterprises, companies who need these materials for their production or services. And what is Development doing?
Well, seeing me here on the logistics stage, you may wonder whether we have renamed our company to Development LOG. No, that's not the case. It's rather the focus we have in our company since 2017, which is really optimizing the logistics processes across a whole bunch of different companies. And what we do is we turn in concept into real working solutions. And we do this on the one hand by operational expertise and powerful software solutions. And the software solution, they comprise on the one hand side a complete supply chain management suite consisting of transport, warehouse and production management. And secondly, a business process management suite, which is also part or will be the foundation of the project we are going to share with you today here, which is digitizing and automating individual business processes with a special focus on logistics.
At thyssenkrupp Materials Services, our business model in the last couple of years has evolved from being a classic wholesaler who delivers material upon customer order to a more service-oriented company. And that business model has received another strong push during the pandemic and energy crisis, where we ourselves, but also our customers, recognized that a well-organized supply chain is a value of its own. So We offer more and more services in supply chain management, offering our customers solutions to reliable material supply for their respective business. We call this materials as a service in analogy to software as a service. And as you can probably imagine, managing a supply chain requires a lot of data, a lot of information that you have to process to do it right. And that is why we think our company is more and more becoming this service company based on a data-driven organization. And we have a lot of ideas for future business that connect with that topic of materials as a service. Here are just some examples of initiatives that we run in our company to bring about this kind of a data-driven mindset. For example, we have opened a platform called SteelBuy, where we ourselves, but also others, other vendors can place their offers on a marketplace like eBay for degraded and materials that they want to sell off. Also very recently, we have acquired a smaller startup called Pacemaker, which is a startup specialized on forecast and AI technologies, helping us and also our customers to create better forecasts. We have opened a platform called Forward Sensing, where we can offer, based on these forecasting technologies, our customers demand management and forecasting solutions on a collaborative platform. And also very significant, we are very active. As you can imagine, our material is very energy heavy, to offer services around our supply of materials with regards to carbon footprint and emissions. So these are all ideas that drive our customers and drive the idea of becoming a more data-driven companies. But they are worth nothing if you don't have the right foundation in your data. It's bullshit in, bullshit out for all of these business ideas if you don't have your data foundation right. And that is why I think it is kind of an imperative to all supply chain responsibles in all kind of companies. So that's why I think it is kind of imperative to all supply chain responsibles to get your processes right, to get your master data right, to get your data and event capturing right in your supply chain so that you can have that clean and solid data input to all these future business models. Otherwise, I think that will look bounce back to us very heavily somewhere later. So what that means is we have to horizontally and vertically connect and integrate our supply chain. Horizontally connecting the supply chain means connecting from the supplier throughout our own company to the customer. Integrated information flow. And vertically means for us from very aggregated financial and budget planning through a layer where we do network planning, where we allocate orders and resources to each other, to the single order that we process in our system. The system also has to be connected vertically. And we work on a lot of solutions that help us develop that over time. Especially what we do in the field of logistics is what we call our digital e-logistics roadmap. A couple of solutions I will run you through very briefly only, as our focus today will be on the outbound solution for last mile. But it starts with the supplier. We are connecting our supplier via a versatile tool set where we capture the main information flows. So we are talking here about supplier ready notes, delivery updates, advanced shipping notices, and we use here smart OCR technology to capture the information, extract the information that our suppliers send us in various types of formats, PDFs, emails, all kind of unstructured information. We take that information, we extract the relevant parts and put it into our database. And with that, we can then create a digital inbound process a digital process that saves a lot of paperwork and a lot of time, as you can imagine, but we also do more. We also use this information from the supplier side to send to each order manager in our company a daily summary, which orders are today affected by late supplies, so that they can act based on this. Digital shop, that is what happens in our warehouses and production sites. We are here not only connecting digital transactions on the shop floor with our backbone ERP system. We are also very proud on what we do in connecting workers in the warehouse, back offices and order managers. That would be a topic of its own, but I'm really amazed what can be done with lots of Teams communications and these kind of technologies that are available in the office suite to connect digitally our workers in the warehouse. And now we are coming to the outbound part, where we had to solve the challenge to digitize the process of our daily milk runs. You have to imagine our company delivers hundreds of trucks daily that go around in a milk run and deliver our materials to our customers. And that has for long been a heavily paper-based process with a lot of flaws and a lot of intransparency, and that's where we partnered up with Oliver Tietze and development to bring a solution to that process.
Right, so imagine you have to deliver each day from 28 locations with 150 trucks to around 950 customers, a lot of different materials. And you want to do this by including in your process all activities in a digital, automated way for your truck drivers and for your internal order management. And you want to do this in one single digital ecosystem. I think that summarizes the goal we had when we started with the project. That is, capture the data exactly where it happens, providing real-time information to the order management of TK, and have an end-to-end documentation ready that allows everybody in the process to have a high transparency in what has happened when, by whom. And while preparing for today's presentation, we thought, okay, how can we give you, the audience, a tangible impression of what we did actually in this project? And we thought, why not showing you a very short movie to give you a glimpse on what this application looks like. Let's have a look.
The application assists the driver during the tour. Customer stops are approached and completed one after the other, while relevant process information is recorded along the way. The starting point to the driver's tour is a message by email or SMS, including a link to the system. After selecting the language, the driver has access to the tour overview. The shipping documents are constantly available in digital form during the entire process. Selecting the next destination starts the tour. The process guides the driver on his route, recording timestamps and tour progress. Recorded data is transferred simultaneously to SAP. The unloading begins once the destination is reached. If unloading is currently not possible, this can be acknowledged and processed digitally in further workflows. Deviations are documented directly at the unloading point. Data is recorded using defined deviation categories. Photos help order management to evaluate deviations in real time. Once unloading is completed, the signature is recorded and saved digitally. After completing the previous unloading, the driver selects his next destination and starts the tour in the same way. The driver's workflow ends as soon as all destinations have been completed. A cockpit with all daily tours is available for order management. The tour progress as well as important transport events are visible at the first glance. Further details on a specific tour can be viewed with just one click. The upper part of this overview contains general information about the tour. The middle section provides an insight into tour status and timestamps. This is followed by information at destination level in the bottom section. Colored highlighting simplifies orientation. In case of any deviations, the workflow guides the user directly to the corresponding information in the document management system. All documents are stored process-controlled in the document management system and are available via a user interface throughout the entire process.
So, handwritten documents, scans, numerous phone calls, all the things that are characteristic for an analogous way of doing things has become a thing of the past. So by connecting systems, processes, and people, we've created this digital ecosystem which really stands for transparency, for speed, and for effectiveness. So how did we come up here? How did the roadmap look like? We are very much convinced that successful digital process landscape are a result of a pragmatic and structured approach. And typically we follow these 7 proven steps here, which I will guide you through from the left to the right in very short form. First, streamline processes. So eliminate inefficiencies at the very beginning before you start digitizing anything. You need to ensure that the process is really worth digitalizing. Second, digitalize information. Eliminate all paper-based work and get the data ready, which is a fundament for any kind of automated workflows later on. Third, connecting data and systems. It's important because many companies work with so many different systems that those are connected. And there's just one single source of truth for internal and external process participants. Fourth, automate workflows. It's kind of self-explanatory if the data and the systems are ready to work with. Fifth, involve business partners. In a digital ecosystem, a process never ends at the company's boundaries. It's where we involve the external partners, assign tasks to them that they can be part of the company's management of the process landscape. Once the data is ready, 6, you can steer the business. Okay, sorry. If your data is ready, the real-time data, you can leverage it for faster and better decision-making. And this is also the point where you go from a reactive to a proactive process management. And finally, qualify employees. None of this work without the people. So we ensure together with TK that we empower the people with all skills that are required to successfully navigate in this digital setting. As we're here at Lobster, let me spend a little bit more time on the aspect of connecting data and systems. Once the process scope is defined, we regularly start defining the process model, one of which you can see here as an example. And you will notice blue-colored elements, which stands for automating workflows. Yellow-colored or dark blue-colored things, which stand for involving the business partners, and also some remaining white-colored things for manual entries. But the key element here is the purple-colored one, which is connecting data and systems. And this is quite typical. We always try to convince the companies we work with to have a look at the existing system and instead of turning everything upside down, to rather add intelligent functions into these existing systems. This gives you a big leverage with just a few weeks, and also your people will notice that you really take it serious to make their work far easier. So let's switch back from theory to practice. How did this look like in our project? Basically, we connected the SAP system with our business process automation tool Crosslinks and the database Crossdocs. It all started with the shipment iDocs from SAP and corresponding updates. We stored all process-relevant data, process-relevant for the outbound process, in the database. In parallel, we injected the intelligence into the Lobster tool, such as conditional process starts, signaling, and sequencing. And once the delivery process to the customer starts, the automation tool extracts all relevant data from the database, and once delivery is ongoing, writes back in real time the data to the database. If this is done, all updates are sent back to SAP. And if a delivery process has come to an end and completed, then a trigger is set that all relevant documents are archived and sent then to SAP. And finally, if something goes wrong, the retry functionality within Lobter allows us to handle those kind of sections in a very large extent. Now, to sum it up, everything we showed you today builds on data consistency. So if you don't have consistent, clear, and clean data, the best technologies, the best ideas, the best processes doesn't work. But if you have this right, two benefits follow rightly. First, quick time to value. Thanks to a user involvement, an intuitive way of incorporating them into design of the process, very quick results, scalability, and the use of SAP as a core system allows you to get these quick results. And second, right-hand side, you can unlock a very high process efficiency through automated processes in which your external partners are seamlessly integrated. This is fully customized to the need of the customers. And you have this very high transparency along the entire process that you can see what's going on and actively steer it. Is this an IT project? Not really. It's much about involving the people in the way how they should work in a digital ecosystem. It's about faster and better decisions making. And it's about the leverage and the creation of real business value with a technology that drive this transformation in the digital ecosystem. And with that, Tobias, back to you.
Yes, so in fact, it's not an IT project, it's a transformation. And here are some learnings that we want to share with you. So first learning is this project must be embedded in the overall company strategy. I could make a really great business case based on this project with regards to all the paperwork that we saved in digital outbound, all the time that we saved in working hours in digital outbound. That makes a perfect business case already. But if we link that project to strategy of our company, which is we want to grow our e-business share, we want to grow in e-business, and there are requirements that come with that. Customer requirements that ask for better transparency on order status, better order tracking, and all that kind of things. We have a way stronger business case if we link these kind of digitalization projects with the overall strategy. Embed data skills into daily operations is another learning. Oliver mentioned it as well. If we look back a couple of years when we started with digitalization at TK, we had centralized teams that developed a solution and then delivered it to the operations in the field. That worked as well, but it was not that much effective and was not that much up to speed as we are today, where we take care that also in the field operations, there are people that have a good understanding of what it means working with data, working in a digital environment, and we make decentralized teams as well responsible and accountable for successful digitalization projects and rollout. And with that team play of decentralized and centralized teams, we are way faster in rollout and more successful. And then the fourth point here is implement a clear governance for data roles and so on. I think that is a no-brainer in this audience here. So that's why I'm coming directly to the very last point. I think as responsibles for supply chain and logistics projects in a company, it is now the time to really clarify that all these ideas of future business models, they will not work if we are not now investing into valid and good processes, into digital solutions in our daily operations. If we are not doing it, it will bounce back at us in very short time already, I believe, because then we will not be able to successfully transform our business models because we have not done the basic foundations. And that could be, or should be the final words of this presentation. Thank you very much for listening, and we have some time left for questions.
Oliver, thank you very, very much for your keynote. And it's time for Q&A. And here are a few. So, to Tobias, has your portal, customer login, been created for suppliers and their customers via Lobster software?
I think this question is referring to the supplier connection solutions that I referred to. This, in fact, is in this case not based on on Lobster technologies. It uses other technologies, but very similar.
Okay, thank you. There's another question. Can you elaborate on the challenges faced during the implementation of the digital supply chain solution, and how did you overcome them?
Yeah, maybe here we can share the answer. I'm sure that Oliver can add a bit more on the technical aspects.
Perfect.
If I would ask our main project manager, who's here in the audience, he would probably say updating our SAP transport solution has been the hardest part of it. Then second hardest part has been getting the solution for this third-party solution through our internal IT Architecture Council. I think that is a typical problem for larger companies. And I think then a real challenge was doing the rollout, doing it fast, and creating a good adoption rate of this new digital process.
Oliver, do you like to add?
So what is really essential is before you start programming and doing anything, be sure that the process is really got a sign-off of all the operational people that will have to work with the solution. Don't define it by corporate teams. Define it by the people in the operations. And that's where we have, as many of us also come from operations, have really, that's all we keep up the hands and say, if we are sure, let's do it. And secondly, we call, I don't know the English expression, it's in a very short period of time, so every week, every second week, we meet with the teams and show a demo. Yeah, is that what we are developing, that what you wish to have? Yeah? And this is a fully functional demo from which we got the feedback and then got in this iterative, very short cycle of improvement and enhancement. And with this kind of process, the people also know that what we are doing fits to what they want to have.
Thank you. Andre has sent a question. Thank you, Andre. Is the driver system just for contract partners and drivers, or is this although used by ad hoc forwarding companies, spot market?
The last one. You may ask yourself, okay, why are they talking about emails and SMS? Is there no other way of digital connecting it? The part of the business model is that there will be sub of the sub of the sub. And those logistics partners, they do have any kind of mobile devices, and this process has to ensure that each and any of those logistics partners, wherever it comes from each country, sub, at what level ever, that they will be part of the process of TK.
Wonderful. That was the last question. Tobias and Oliver, thank you very much. Will you also stay a little bit longer here during the conference so that people can get in touch with you? Really great. So if you have more questions, just find Tobias and Oliver and get in touch with them. So far, thank you very much for your keynote, and this is your applause. Thank you very much.